So I'm going to move on to fiction now, and how do we do this in fiction? So we're channeling the wound, we're not recreating it. So sometimes maybe there's something that you do want to write about, and it's safer to do it in fiction. It's safer to disguise it. So it gives us that distance, and it still lets us bleed through with that emotional truth, but it keeps us safe. And so that's what I did with my debut novel. I could not write it as a memoir at that point. I could not share the story of what it was like, truly, to have a parent who, was bipolar, and some of the things that I went through when I was a child, really traumatic things. And so I needed time and space. But having written that first book as fiction, it did sort of help me clarify, it did help me clean out certain memories, it did help me contextualize certain experiences, and it did help me understand. So fiction can sort of give you that opportunity to share those stories and to write a narrative about what you want to talk about, but creating those archetypes and creating characters that give you plausible deniability. So when my aunt read Sabiha's Dilemma, she said, "Oh, the aunt is a little bit like me, but she's not. And the grandfather is a little bit like me, but he's not. Like, my grandfather, but he's not. And Sabiha's a little bit like you, but she's not." And that's plausible deniability, where you are able to create the character where it's got some of the characteristics of what you want to explore, but you have given yourself enough plausible deniability. There's something else that you can do in terms of writing fiction. You can, use the wounds and create relatable characters. So I think that when we are creating a character that has that deep emotional journey and that is in that state of transformation, it can really add depth. And so you're using their flaws, their pain, and their journey. So the novel that I am going to be publishing soon, that is the first book in my series, and that is my thesis book. My protagonist is Seka. I created her wound as the guilt of surviving when so many others didn't. So Seka is in a war zone, and it's about her trying to retain her morality and her goodness when survival is all that matters and life is just about trying to survive. And then the continuation of that is the survivor journey and how you have that survivor's guilt and what do you do with it. And then eventually, as the series goes on, it's about her learning to use her wounds in terms of trying to find justice and finding meaning within that.